Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is How to Get Motivated. How to Get Motivated. And so, what we'll do is we'll start just in a moment. We'll wait for everybody to get on. And for those of you while we're waiting, you can go to roberthollis.com how is that working? I mean, free and get my best-selling book digital copy. How is that working? So I see Bill's on here. Hello, Bill. How are you? Hey, Craig. Hi, John. Hey, Paul. Hey, Matthew, my incredible son. Thank you so much for jumping on here. And Craig, thank you so much for always posting all that wonderful stuff. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Mary. Great to have you guys on here. Really excited by all of the incredible things that are happening right now. And hi, Melody. Love and appreciate you. Magnificent Frentor. I love you, Melody. You're so amazing. So we're a minute in, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is How to Get Motivated. How to Get Motivated. Now, one of the things I want to share each and every one of you is that, there's always this little thing going on in our mind, in our heart, and in our soul. It's like there's this one concept that the best way to become successful is to be grateful. You know what I mean? To totally be grateful. And so each and every day, there's a lot of people that say you should journal, maybe before you go to bed and also when you wake up in the morning and write down 5 things, that you're really grateful for. So is this thing that says in success that you're not going to get more. You're not going to get more in your life in any area unless you're grateful for what you already have. So here's the kind of confusion, right? So if I'm supposed to be happy with what I have, and I gotta thank God I'm healthy and I'm happy, and I got a roof over my head, and I got an incredible family, plenty of money for food, so it's like, I really don't need anything for myself, and I am very grateful. And so now all of a sudden, when it comes to the point where, you get shared an opportunity to better your life and, maybe get rich in every area of your life, all of a sudden it's like, but, that's going to force me to do uncomfortable stuff. I really am not excited or motivated to go out and connect with strangers and work on that skill of sowing seeds and giving a gift, right? So this is how you get motivated. What you do is a lot of people don't realize that it's not about you. I'll say that again. It's not about you. You'll notice that for whatever reason, we can call ourselves lazy. We can say, I'm not very motivated. I'm sort of stuck. And then instantaneously, when someone that you know and love asks you for help, in fact, it could almost sometimes be a stranger. And if someone turns around and says to you, hey, listen, could you please do me a huge favor? Can you help me out? It's like most people, not all, but a majority of the people will go, well, if I can, what is it? And we have a tendency to do more for others naturally than we do for ourselves. So you could say, I got a day, I'm going to get up in the morning, it's Sunday, and, I'm going to watch a little bit of NASCAR or whatever you do, but, Sundays are for relaxing. And then all of a sudden someone calls you up and says, hey, listen, I'm sorry to bother you. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And they go, well, I need a ride to the airport. No problem. When do you got to get there? What time should I be there? Well, I got to be there later on, so can you be here at 4? And it's like, hey, no problem. Go take a shower, put on some clean clothes. Why do you drop everything? Why do you drop everything to help other people, but you won't do it for yourself? I believe It's natural. I totally believe it's natural. And the reason that I bring this up is, I sort of stepped out into a world of getting refocused and figuring out what more I want in life. And, I actually, in the company that I'm in, at the time, I hit the highest position in the company. And then all of a sudden, the company, puts together another position. And I forgot what got me to the top position. See, what got me to the top position is two things happened. One, my son Matthew had basically felt too much pressure on having to be there to help us create our brand, roberthollis.com. And he was feeling a lot of pressure that he couldn't stop doing what he was doing because it was a main source of income for Terry and I. And of course, him and Hannah. So number one, I needed to relieve that pressure. See, it's like all of a sudden I don't want him worrying about this. I don't need him to be ever feel responsible for his mom and dad's income. So now I put it out there. I got to find something to really, really bring in income and really, really make it great. And so in the thought of that, by just opening up my mind and going, what can I do for others? It's like all of a sudden, Matt, I got a way to help my son. How many of you would help your children if you have them? How many people would help other people's children, right? So Bill brought this up just recently in a series that we're doing, Mastering the Science of Getting Rich. And so all of a sudden, when you start looking at other things, and my wife said, listen, I was using this product with this other company and they went out of business. And I'm going, da da da, let me put on my cape and I'm going to go out there and find her a replacement product. But I don't want to find a replacement product. I want to find the best product. So I, put in most documented CBD and I found a company. So I immediately did my research. I got her the product. I signed her up and then we're gone, right? And then all of a sudden she says to me, listen, I really love helping animals. See, again, for her, my wife Terry, to get motivated, she wanted to help other people that were called to helping animals. And she felt really called to do this. And so she said, I'd like to really, really make some huge money where we can actually go out there and help these people that are called to help animals. And I'm like, da, 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 I'm on my way. See, and all of a sudden when I got in, before that, I was doing this little coaching thing, right? And honestly, wasn't excited. It wasn't motivating to me. I was coaching other people, but the thing that constantly was bothering me is people not wanting to participate in their own rescue. And so I would give them the tools. I would do everything I can. I would show them step by step, word for word, on what to do, and they wouldn't do it. They weren't motivated. Why? Because they were doing it for themselves. See, in going through this mastery, how to master the science of getting rich, we've really had a large group of people that are all joined in there, and we're all figuring out things as we go through each chapter. And you can see right here, if you go to, you can plug into everything that we're doing by very simply going to roberthollis.com/YouTube or youtube.com Robert Hollis. And so at the top of the hour, next hour, what is that? Probably 50 minutes from now. We've been doing a series and we're going into the next chapter. And I have been blown away because I say to people all the time, sometimes the things that you need, you find a way to teach. So all I was doing is going back to the basics, of a book, that started out being called Financial Success Through Creative Thought. And it's by Wattles. And so that new book now, they changed the title, is called The Science of Getting Rich. And again, rich having to do with every area of life. When you talk about rich food, wow, that was rich, right? You're not eating money. So, as I'm trying to help others, No. As I'm helping others, stepping out in faith and started doing this, we started having people like, Corky, and then all of a sudden we got John, and then we got, like I said, Bill. There's a lot of people, Lisa Marie, that are starting to go, why, wait a minute, that's it. That's it. And so all of a sudden, while I'm helping them, it's funny, no, it's not, this is the way the world works, is all of a sudden I started saying, wow, instead of trying to hit a corporate position or whatever, now I need to raise millions and millions and millions of dollars for a foundation where my wife and my sons and my daughter-in-law can all go out and we can travel the world and doing what exactly the reason I got into this business. Do you get involved in things to help other people and then you forget it? So as soon as I did that, all of a sudden, wow, all of a sudden these things started coming together and coming together fast. Now I'm excited. Now it's, I'm thinking about it all while I sleep. That's one of the key things, the strangest secret in the world is you become what you think about the most, what's constantly on your mind. And what people mostly do is they spend most of their time focusing on things they don't want or worrying, meditating on the lies and just making their mind go crazy about it. This happens and this will happen. And then if this happens, this is happening. It's like we constantly are under stress and anxiety and depression because our mind is not focused on something to look forward to. So now it's like, man, I want to have these incredible experiences with my families, going out and finding charities or people that are called to help animals. I personally am called to help children, that don't have a mother and father, so whether in kinship or foster homes or orphanages, because I had a lot of time in my younger life had no mother and father. So it's like, wow, I know how that feels. And so now I'm revigorated. Now I'm excited. Now I have focus and drive. And no one can say no to me. Now, did you hear me? They will say no to me, but I just laugh because I'm going like, hey, listen, I'm constantly putting things together to help people, put them in a better position. And I can put you in a better position knowing that some money is actually going toward these causes that I care a lot about. And so that's how you get motivated. If you ever notice that the only other things that really motivate us is all of a sudden when something really crazy happens, like all of a sudden you're not feeling well and you decide to go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, listen, you got this problem. Isn't it funny how everything disappears and now you're focused, you're 100% focused on making sure that you stay alive, that you take care of whatever it is? But there's also this motivation if something happens to someone you love. If something happens to someone you love, it's pretty amazing how you can pretty much blind everything out and making sure that you can do whatever you can for the people you love. So that's how you get motivated. Are you dreaming? Are you daydreaming big enough? Are you thinking about helping others outside of yourself? Because you can. There's easy ways to do it, but you're not going to do it, and you're not going to go through what you need to go through unless there's a something to look forward to, where you're actually out there helping somebody else. So with that little story, how to get motivated, I would invite each and every one of you to check out our series, How to Master the Science of Getting Rich. I believe that we're on the 6th chapter today. And one of the things that I can tell each and every one of you is that, if you watch these videos or plug into this, you're going to see some things change in you. And when your thoughts change, your energy change, then all of a sudden you're focused on things. The cash flow comes when it's got a place to go. See, a lot of people have difficulty attracting the law of attraction and tracking the right people and the right resources and the right money when your only goal is, well, I'd like to quit my job. Me. I'd like to pay off debt. Me. I'd like to get a new car. I'd like to travel. Me. See? So we get up, we get excited about taking care of those things for me, and we lose that excitement and that motivation very quickly because we realize, I'm okay. I can just hang out. So I love and appreciate you. Do me a huge personal favor, and please share this video with everyone you know. And check out the mastering the science of getting rich. I know you're going to enjoy it. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel and also subscribe and also click on the notification to get all the new videos that we're putting on there. In fact, this video will be on there in a few minutes. So love and appreciate you. If no one's giving you permission to be fulfilled and happy and rich, let me be the first. My mentors did that for me. They taught me to think outside of the box and do it for others. And when I did that, magic happened. So miracles happen, victory after victory. So love and appreciate you. We'll see you on the next video. And for some of you, I will see you in 44 minutes. Take care and God bless.